of those people who are already in this industry, how are they able to assess right now and know whether they are in the right place or they are just about to fall? Because a lot of people are misplaced. As I hear you, that's what I hear. A lot of people are misplaced. And I don't think it's ever too late to correct something. So those who are already in the industry, they are struggling with singing and acting.
Yes.
Is there a way they can actually check and refocus or redirect their passion or talent?
Very good. In fact, I want to make your question better. With the assessment, sometimes you're not badly off. I have to know that I am also self-managing. I must have that as well. I must know how to connect with people who can support, and I have to have the etiquette to impress them. It's a multiplicity of things. So sometimes out of the sets, the report is given, we find your dominant values, and we find the missing links. That missing link sometimes does not have to be within you. You might need somebody else with that gene to work with you for you to succeed. And again, as I said before, I'm going to work with the National Youth Fund. And this, because the problem there is money to a number of youth. The default rate is heading to 50%.
Wow.
So why did you lend the money? Working.
Make more.
What went wrong? When you look deeply, it's not mostly it's not the fault of these young people. Some of them are really trying hard in what they see successful in others. Some part of the group is struggling genuinely, some part they're wasting time. And so I have to go and bring the zest in it to try and bring it what is called the creative potential in them and spire it up. That's how we shall grow one unit that will be able to support thousands of others. And as long as you can do just 50 units of them, then you can see how we can spring up. And that's why I started by saying, Kenya, Korea, they are the same. That is a political statement. They borrow when I'm saying. You know? But what does it mean? It doesn't work by saying, I'm no longer going to import a nail from China. Well, the nail you're making here using so much money, it doesn't make sense. You know, you got to have the latent potential to see it different. That's why the Korean now will start buying from you. And as long as they're not buying from you, how do you make the money? Doesn't make sense. That's just a tidbit of what I want to do with the National Youth Fund. Of course, I'm going to reassess them. And therefore, for up to them to go to our website, it is free of charge during this COVID time. We're assessing for free until September. Why don't they? Yes, for free until September 30th. They find their chance in there. It's online. You feed up your information. We pick you up. You invite you to our nearest location to you. We're located. We have access center in Mombasa. We got Nyamira. We got Kisumu. We got Nakuru. Waiting for that. With that power information, you can make very informed decision. And we're doing this by the support of the World Talent Federation, supporting our staff with money under COVID times. We also have programs for people in the slums, people who are unable to pay in the rural areas. As I'm right now, I'm in Kisumu, and I have a parent who is coming all the way from Kitale to see me. You know, when you're a parent and you have a problem, you live and go to India. And we're trying as much as possible to reach these people. And one of the ways to reach people is to make the service online so that people can be able to. I know finance can be a barrier. And that's why I requested our headquarters to remove the finances at this point in time so that many people can have access. Of course, they can. The World Talent Federation might find somebody who had no idea that they're gifted in Tana River.
Wow. I like that which you're doing, Prof. It's a very great development. I think if that is well done, it's going to change this country a big deal. Because like you have said, parents can really be stressed when they have their children who are maybe not doing well in school and they don't know how to find them the right thing to do, or they don't know how to place them, even in academics. I'm glad to hear that for now you have opened this assessment. It is free. I wonder what exactly the assessment entails, whether it is something medical or something that is just done physically. And now that it's free, and you have also mentioned the many centers where this is done, who exactly is eligible for this? Can you take, like you mentioned, 4 or 5 years old, up to what age? And people who are already in some kind of talent doing something, or people who are in school and are struggling to make the right career choices, who exactly is supposed to fit in this assessment?
Actually, you answered it. The question you asked is the answer. You know, age 4 is what is ideal to start safely. Age 5, age 6. That is very good. I'm a parent. My child is starting school. Doesn't cost me much. Why don't I just know what my child would ultimately be good in, so that I know where to put my money, time, and effort? Yes. My son, my daughter, is exiting class 8 or grade 6. I am making a choice which stream to go to, because the government said they are competent, but I don't know how to get that competent. You might find this very useful for you to just make sense of where you're going next. But now this is crucial. Yes. I did not get the right grades. And even if I got them, I don't feel anything in there. I am getting these strange things in my office. They look up the entire course booklet, nothing fits them. I told you about a poet. There will be no poet in most of our polytechnics and our universities. There's no course called a degree in that. But that's what I feel like. You have a chance here, I'll find it, because our learning system is talent-based. It's not in the four walls of a classroom. Doesn't mean they're bad. I could refer you, they're actually there. In fact, out of a talent assessment, we produce a talent report and a learning prescription. So you'll evolve through your natural, God-given prescription. You should see what that is. It could entail even a little bit of the academics, because still part of it. But then, I find you're a musician. I will have your dominant factors working, recording music on dry riverbeds. I'll spend my time in your dominance. The prescription will say, I will spend my dominance on verbal linguistic if you are a poet. I'll do that. And I've many we've done that with. Yes. This is very vital for this country. This is very vital for this continent, because that is what is going to leapfrog us to make us reach at par with these guys. I'm talking as the World Talent Federation Secretary General. Though I'm an African, I go to nearly all countries and I see what they're doing, and I'm part of the international research, and we know what's going on. And in the future, did you know, Betty, away from this machine can do a lot more things. It can clothe you 20 years from now. If I have your metrics and you stay in the same location, eating the same food, I finally can tell what you will be in 20 years. That is what they call the avatar. Okay? So a lot of things can be done when you know human values.
I wonder who invented that machine.
Oh, let me give you the history. It's very stupid.
Another professor. We may not have time, Prof, to go to the history, and that I can get that in person if I'm interested.
Correct.
But right now, my interest is in, shaping the future for our children. Right now, Prof, if you look at what's happening, like everyone is going into online something to make a shilling, to make a living because of the COVID situation now. If you cannot go to the office and if you cannot go and do your art, your craft, in performing, you cannot gather an audience and do something to entertain them. Then now you resort to doing something online to make a coin to survive, But if I know precisely what I am made of, what craft is in me, and what I can exhibit very well, then I can pursue that, you know,
Yes.
I can follow that
Yes.
with
Yes.
with all my heart. And you didn't tell me if the musicians who are already doing that and people who are already in acting, those who are already even in 40, you know, unfortunately, people even get up to 40 and they have never discovered their purpose. They have
Even,
just been living, trying this and trying that. I don't know if such people are also welcome to do and take the assessment
oh,
and
yes.
how that helps them. Yes.
We don't have a limit in age. It starts from age 4, better from age 6, goes until even 80 something. Remember, an adult who is gifted is far better than 1,000 youth who are not gifted. I tell you why. The adult also has life achievement and work experience. In fact, the government of the Republic of Kenya and any African country is missing the point. They are over depending. The youth is the future. I have 40-year-old, 50-year-old who are highly creative. Did you know that? Highly creative adults that are being ignored and have got even the resources to do it. What do we do with them? We have a system known as a matric system, which deals with the mature talent matriculation for adults. In fact, you find a guy who dropped out in class 2 and has built his company using his natural God wiring. This is the guy KU sent their master's degree students for internship, and he signs that they're good enough to graduate. But when he goes to KU, he's reminded he doesn't have a good purpose. The education doesn't make sense then. With this system called matric, we evaluate and we find your prior credits as an adult. The report we produce eliminates the need for a result slip to join a degree program. And you earn exemptions because the report produced can equate course units and modules with your learning based on experience. Coupled with your natural talent, this fellow could potentially produce 2 more companies which can employ thousands. We need to think about that. So there's no age limit. For the youth and the guys who are already doing something, you mentioned online, the very fact they're doing something in music, the very fact that they're doing something in comedy means there's something in there. Probably maybe the right genre, the right specialization has found. The ability to navigate, and Corona has taught us, if you are a pretender in the industry, you cannot be creative enough to navigate, because the people who have got the natural talent, they will still work like Jalango, even if it is online. That's a fact. The people who went to join the bandwagon are already suffering and saying, we've closed shop. So the online platform is just a platform. Your natural God wiring is the one going to carry you through. Just like we had air here and medium to attract people to come. If you're creative enough, you should have had that pattern. And that's why we say again, it doesn't cost a thing for you to come, be assessed, and you know your innate potentials, so that you know, if I were to go online, now that we have Corona, and which has destroyed the way I knew to do it, how then can I use my natural God wiring to do something different and earn a living? Just knowing it's not too bad.
I like
and
what
that
you mentioned.
Across the divide.
I like what you mentioned about the students, the master students who are going for internship to this student and is qualifying them. You know, a lot of people who are doing their own stuff today are not following up their passion, or rather what they studied in school. And this is really unfortunate. We have seen students who have been to the finance class, and after their graduation, they hand over the certificates to their parents and say, this is what you wanted, here you got it, I'm out to do my own, you know, I like to do pastry, I like to do film, I like to do this. So we have a lot of this happening. You find people who are very good in certain crafts, and all they say is, this is not what I studied in school. So when I listen to you, I actually agree that when people get to do that assessment, then this can is going to change big time. I want to really appreciate you for that great job that you are doing. I would like to give you this time, because you're out of time, to tell us where you are located, how we can reach you, because I believe a lot of people would want to get this information and would want to know more about the content that is entailed in this kind of assessment, so that they get into what they already know and make informed decisions, as you already advised earlier.
Very good. Well, in Nairobi, we are located off Gong Road near Junction. I'll give you contacts. In Kisumu, we are located just in a place called Nyamasaria, which is just less than 10 minutes off the CBD of Kisumu, at the former DALK University, now the University of Talent, which actually I'm the proprietor. Okay. If you go to Mombasa, you go to Swahili Port Hub, which is near Fort Jesus. You should be able to find us there. If you go to Nakuru, you'd find us at Serene Education Center at Micha. It's called Micha Plaza, at the heart of the CBD of Nakuru. But much easier to reach us online by sending an email to info@giftedafrica, giftedafrica.com. info@giftedafrica.com. You may also give us a phone call. You can call us on 0708 80 50 70. 0708 80 50 70. That should give you a quick reach out to me, and then I should be able to set you off to the relevant people who can be able to deal with your case where your location is. For the website, which I know because there's an online link to the website, it is giftedafrica.com. giftedafrica.com. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Prof. Thank you for a lot of information that you have given to us, and even extra education that you have given unto us. It was very good to host a professor and hear exactly what's happening on the ground, and hear also where we are making mistakes and where we are going wrong, and why even as parents, people are really struggling with their children. We were actually able to find out many of those answers as we listened to you, Prof. Thank you so much for coming. Kindly give to our viewers your last words, even as we wrap up this show.
If you're a learner intending to join any learning system right now, and you've never done your prior diagnosis of talent, because it's from talent that you form a career. Careers are from the talent. Then you'll not be very different. If you've not done that, you'll not be different from a person swimming in the ocean without a destination. If you are a parent who's planning to invest in his son or daughter in terms of education, and you've not done this assessment or equivalent to know, so that you can focus the career of your child and know where to put your time, money, and effort, then you'll not be very different from any businessman investing in a business without a business plan. If you're a government that is providing scholarship to learners without any prior diagnosis, as was mentioned, if you're a teacher teaching any child today without knowing what that child can learn or what that child will never learn because you have no prior diagnosis, then you're not very different from a doctor who provides an injection without any medical review. Thank you.
Wow. That was such an excellent summary. Thank you so much, Prof. It was a good time. It was really a good time. I appreciate. Thank you so much, viewer. I hope that you have been educated even in the areas you had no idea of, and you have taken note of that address and that link and the place where you need to go and have yourself or your child assessed, so that you are not just living life, but you are doing that which you should do correctly. Thank you so much. My name is Betty. I have been your host. See you next time.